Greetings, moviegoers. I am the host of Midnight Movie Madness, and joining me here again is Lala, who you might have remembered from our Thor review. And today we're going to be talking about Snow White and the Huntsman. Here's the story. Snow White has been locked in the tower for years by the evil queen who rules all the land of mystical wonder, insert name here. And somehow she escapes and ventures off into the dark forest where she stumbles upon weird hallucinogenic toxins which are straight out of Batman Begins. It starts hallucinating all these freaky looking creatures. Chris Hemsworth shows up, handpicked by the queen because, you know, she's too chicken to go in the forest by her own, so I don't know.
It still keeps to the Disney fairy tale that people are so used to seeing and familiar with, but it's darker, much edgier for like an older crowd, so adults can enjoy it just as well as kids. Although I would say that this movie is not really for kids. It has really some dark imagery.
The movie looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I will say that. I mean, this is one of the best looking films I've seen this year or any other year. You know, it's just a great looking fantasy, and the special effects on the dwarves,
Oh yeah.
phenomenal. Like, that was just pitch perfect CGI imagery there.
At first, you didn't even realize that they were actual like full grown people. Like Ian McShane is one of them, Nick Frost, and you're just like, wait a second. And then I was thinking about this. I was like, okay, so the dwarves aren't really being played by dwarf actors. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess Peter Dinklage was busy.
Yeah.
From like the very first shot where it's in the snow and opening, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a pretty film, for lack of a better word. Like, it's gonna look great. Another
aspect we haven't talked about yet is Charlize Theron as the evil queen, who is very good in the role. Like, she's just icy cold, witchy queen, you know, like just the perfect casting choice on the studio's part.
I agree with Charlize Theron being an awesome queen. I think she played it up really well. Like, it wasn't over the top. Like, some places I thought it might go there, but it ended up being this really in-depth look at this person's life, because it went farther than just, oh, you're an evil queen and you're doing this for some reason. Like,
it's very tragic.
You kind of get like a peek, at her backstory, which is very tragic, and in bits you almost feel like sorry for this character, because she's like grown to be something that's like pathetic, and it's not necessarily something she chose. So it was very interesting to watch, and I think Charlize Theron did a great job.
The story is good, although there are a few slight problems with it, and one of them that everyone's going to have a problem with equally is probably the casting of Kristen Stewart as the title role.
I agree. She's like really, really bland. As usual, in my opinion. I mean, I tell you and everybody I know all the time that like I cannot stand this girl being in movies. Like, the last time I thought she delivered a good performance was probably in The Runaways, and
in Adventureland.
Yeah, okay, Adventureland, I'll give her that one too, but she's still like playing herself in everything. This like drugged out, awkward loser character that like you just can never seem to like. Like, she's supposed to play all these likable characters, and all you want to do is just like slap her. It's like, give me emotion! You don't do anything.
They even have a love triangle attached to it for some reason. I guess you have to do something with Thor in it. I mean, speaking of which,
how are you not gonna have Chris Hemsworth be like the hot guy in the movie when like your prince is not only an invaluable character, but he's not that attractive anyway?
There was no point of the prince in this movie whatsoever, man. I mean, he was just as useless as Snow White in the movie.
Yeah, definitely a throwaway character. Chris Hemsworth, definitely worth sitting through 2 hours of Kristen Stewart's acting. Yeah. But all in all, I really enjoyed the film.
Yeah, it's a good film. We're not hating it. It's a very flawed film. But in terms of movie going, this is something you have to see in the big screen, because the art direction, costume design, and the level of detail that went into the making of the film is absolutely worth seeing in theaters. On the scale of 1 to 10, I think I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I think that would be a good choice. What do you think?
I agree with 7. I'm gonna do that as well.
Until next time, I am the host, and this is Lala, and we will see you next time on another Midnight Movie Madness.